Hello Internet, and welcome to TDX Theory, and today marks the 10th theory video in the lore series. Anyways, this is a part 2 to my mini-theories where I gather up a bunch of theories or ideas that I have and put them all into one video. For our first theory, we have... As we all know, Dr. Xenon is the main antagonist of TDX, and she is the one sending out all of the enemies. One peculiar enemy that she sends out is the Avatar, and we'll get back to him later. In TDX, most of the maps are related to the lore somehow, like Scorch's Passage, Research Base, Assembly Line, and many more. And two peculiar maps that I think have lore significance are actually Moon Outpost and Singularity. It seems that these maps have one GDA base each, but why would the GDA be researching stuff in space? Well, I think that Dr. Xenon secretly has a secret space station somewhere. One evidence I have for this is the Avatar enemy. Notice how the Avatar enemy is seemingly being dropped from the sky, and it doesn't just have the ability to fly like Eradicator. So, my thought process is that Dr. Xenon is deploying these Avatar enemies from space, and the GDA is trying to locate her space station. Yes, I know what you're thinking. How the hell did this guy make a theory on a vending machine? Well, let me explain. If we look at the vending machine in the TDX lobby, it looks pretty normal until you notice the writing at the top, which says, "Quenching the troops since 20-something." This specifically tells us that the GDA, or at least the troops, were established somewhere in the 2000s. Now, if you look inside the vending machine, you can see that there are some missing items. Well, I checked and found an image of these vending machine items, and one item that stood out was the eradicator gummies. If the GDA was formed somewhere in the 2000s, and this vending machine came with it, and the eradicator gummies existed along with the GDA, does that mean that the GDA possibly owned an eradicator? Or am I just going crazy from a single gummy packet? I'm sure most of you guys have watched the trailer already, and we can see that it starts off with the army suddenly being attacked by Mark 1C, Mark 4, and... Now after this, we don't know the outcome of the battle if the GDA or the enemies won, but I think I know who won. The trailer took place in the map Assembly Line, and if you didn't know already, you cannot use power-ups in Assembly Line due to the roof being enclosed. For lore implications, I think that this means that the GDA was not able to defeat the Endless Mode trio since they were not able to use power-ups. Okay, so for the XWM turret, we don't actually know what the X, W, and M stand for, but I think I know what it could be. First, as we know, Dr. Xenon used to work for the GDA, and we know that she is good with building machines or weapons like the Eradicators. And my theory is that she built the XWM turret and named it after herself, which should stand for the Xenon War Machine Turret. Second, which could also be possible, is that she named it after herself and her companions, which would be Dr. Xenon, Dr. Malory, and Dr. W. I don't know if there's gonna be a Dr. W, but we'll just have to wait and see. So, for the Nightmare Maps update, we got this teaser image of 3 robots with the file name being called dreadnoughts, which is a kind of robot mech. If we brighten up the image, we can actually see the calamity symbol attached to these robots. So, what does this mean? Well, I need you guys to hear me out, but I think that these dreadnoughts are actually evil XWM turrets. Let me explain. Looking at the design, the one on the left looks like a Path 2 XWM turret with the rocket pods, and the other ones just look a bit like Path 1. If you look at the back of the mechs, you can see these 2 weird pods that the XWM turret coincidentally also has. As for the legs, I'm guessing that Dr. Xenon upgraded these broken down XWM turrets with some new attachments. Now, for the calamity symbol, as you know, Dr. Xenon sacrificed her companion, Dr. Malory, to summon calamity. So maybe she also sacrificed the XWM turret. It's either that she sacrificed the XWM turret pilot herself, or she sacrificed the actual turret. The real question is, why would Calamity accept a sacrificial offering of a bunch of metal and scraps? Well, I think that it's because XWM turret has the ability to rebuild itself after dying. And of course, demons hate things being able to cheat death. And Calamity is a demon after all. Also, a reason on why Dr. Xenon sacrificed an XWM turret could be so that the turret could control itself by its own without the pilot, since it is under Calamity's control. Well, that's all for my mini theories for now. Also, comment down below your TDX theories, and if I find them interesting, I might just compile all of them into another mini theory episode. Anyways, that's just a theory. A TDX game theory. Thanks for watching.